Hey, TikTok, what is good? Listen, I want to share with you a cautionary tale. Veterans, service members, and first responders, pay close attention to this one. So just over a year and a half ago, I posted a video on my now banned account here on TikTok, where I spoke about my service in the Canadian Armed Forces. I've kind of traveled around it within the Canadian Armed Forces and had a lot of experiences. I did 4 deployments. I deployed as armored, I deployed as infantry and as an MP. I did all kinds of stuff. And anyways, I seem to have picked up a turd on the bottom of my shoe. And I have a name for this turd. I call him the NATO potato. He's got to be the greasiest of the gravy seals. He is the most rotund of Meal Team 6. And he's harassing me because he thinks I'm stolen valor. And the worst part about it is that he's not just limiting his harassment to me. He's brought my children in this, all of whom are under the age of 12. My wife, he's pretty much threatened to grape her in some of his posts. And that is, that's over the line. I don't mind what people have to say about me. They can say whatever they want. But, leave especially the kids out of this shit, dude. But he thought I was stolen valor. He still thinks I'm stolen valor. And in order to get me, he wants me to make a video to say that I'm stolen valor and put it all over social media. And I won't do it, right? So his way to get me to do this, all right, which is like extortion or blackmail, but he threatens to post pictures of my wife and children all over the internet, right? So people can do what they want with them. And I don't buy into his bullshit. And so he posts these pictures of my kids and my wife all over the internet, right? Now, in order to warn the vet, service, and first responder community out there about this guy, I've obviously posted some videos about him. And some of those videos have gotten a lot of views, and I happened to get forwarded a video of his adult daughter telling him off because there's quite a sick tale here that he actually allowed her to get raped when she was a child. And I have the receipts for it. It's in my content. I got to caution you, it's troubling to listen to how he talks about her and what happened. I had a phone conversation with the guy about it, and it's here on my content. I digress. All he had to do was just go to Stolen Valor, and I would talk to them. I'll show them my MPRR. I'll give them my real name. I have no problem with that, right? But he doesn't go this route. He's opting to harass my family, my children. He just doesn't give a shit. The guy is a moral dyslexic. But getting back to military service, this guy actually served, well, allegedly. I've not really seen much proof of it. Anyways, he was RCR for 8 years, but never deploys anywhere. He becomes a trucker, and he's a trucker for 15 years, and he does 1 deployment. And I ask him, why 1 deployment out of 23 years, dude? What's the deal? And he says, well, he only deployed when he felt inclined to do so or when he was required. So only once in his career did that happen. Once in almost a quarter of a century. That's kind of like joining a fire department and staying at the station while your buddies continually go out on calls. And so I find it kind of ironic when somebody with a career like that is making fun of my career and trying to chop mine up, calling me stolen valor. Now, if you want to check the proof for all of this stuff, you want to stay updated, you want to keep up to date with this story because it's still ongoing, just check my content. If you want to follow, do so. You don't have to, but just know that my content is here to check if you want updates on this, or you want a little more information, you want some proof to check the validity of what I'm saying. It's there for you. Thanks for watching. Hey TikTok, there's no community guideline violations in this video. I'm simply sharing a story about how I'm being blackmailed and my family is being harassed by a pedo from Edmonton named Bruce Church. Nope, no lies here. But let's talk about some of his. Let's hear what his daughter has to say about his lying. Watch this video.
Nick Glad, started it about patio stuff.
Negative, Ghost Rider. Let's see what the screenshots have to say. So this is a screen grab from the first video where he is asking for pictures of my children and people are calling him out for it. Now this happens on June 20th, 2022. I have no idea he has any kids at this point. I've never talked about his kids, nothing like that. Yet here he is talking about my 11-year-old and under children, how they're cute and how he wants videos and pictures of them. June 20th, 2022.
And that he started it about, stuff you don't want to really talk about.
What's that? Like how he let a family member SA his daughter? And yes, I have the receipts for that, and I've posted them here on TikTok.
So in turn, of course, I started blackmailing him with that. Everything he has done, I have done in return.
Nope. Let's go see right now when he actually started posting pictures of my wife and children. Okay? So now remember, June 20th, 2022 is when he's asking for pictures of my kids. All right? Now, by January 3rd, 2023, he's got pictures of them and he's posting them. I still haven't said anything about any of his children or his family at this point in time. And by the way, I've edited the picture as best I can because I don't want my kids' pictures all over the internet any more than they already are. All right, I don't want to victimize them any more than they already have been, thanks to this guy.
So when he escalated it, I escalated it.
No, this dude has it all wrong, and we're going to check the final screen grab in just a moment here that proves that this guy is nothing but lying through his teeth and just making things up.
You know, when he would say something about me, I would say something about him. When he said something about my girlfriend, I said something about his wife.
So here we are, January 6th, 2023. All right. And listen to what he says in this post. It's clear that he's already involved my wife and my children in this. And I haven't said anything or brought up about his family, his children, or his ex-girlfriend. I haven't said shit about that yet. But I want you to pay attention to what they're saying in this video. All you gotta do is take down your videos of the person, Bruce Church, who you're abusing, harassing, saying hateful things, and the pictures of the kids and woman will all come down. You give me no choice but to retaliate by the way you created this situation. So it's up to you how you want to finish it. You can easily just take the videos down, and it can be done like it was yesterday. But again, it's up to you. And that is the end of my message from your hateful speech that you gave
about. So this will be it.
So that would mean that he is lying about this. Now, let's not stop there. Let's keep this ball rolling.
So, and then he ended up using my children against me. So I used his kids against him.
Now, remember that Bruce's children are actually grown adults and, have moved on and started their own lives kind of thing, okay? And my kids, at the time of this, were 11. Now the oldest is 12 and below. Yeah, just keep that in mind. So this is when I first bring up Bruce's daughter. Check this, February 5th, 2023. And it's actually a video she posts to TikTok telling her dad off. You can see what gesture she's giving him here, right? So that's the first time that I bring up his adult daughter, okay? There's a big difference. There's like 8 months between when he brought up my kids and wife and me bringing up his daughter. Check out more. Not even his adult daughter trusts him. All right. Nobody close to this dude trusts him. It's clear that he's just a liar. And it's funny how offended he gets that I've spoke of his adult daughter. When he doesn't give a shit about her, his son, any of his family. He treats them all like garbage. Wow. Hey everybody, what is good? Listen, I want to welcome you back to another edition of the NATO Potato Report. I gave it a rest yesterday. I didn't feel like posting about him, but the NATO Potato's been busy. Let's check it. So yeah, over the past couple days, the NATO Potato been spreading some roots. Got like 10 videos here, all dedicated to me over the past 2 days. 5 videos a day. Wow. Like, the one thing about having the NATO Potato as my Professor Moriarty is that he does most of the work. Like, check this out. This is how I know I live rent-free in this potato's head, is that he tells me good night and he talks to me first thing in the morning. So that means that I am the last thing he thinks about when he goes to sleep at night and the first thing he thinks about when he wakes up. And so what are we going to discuss today on the NATO Potato Report? Well, we're going to talk about his alleged support of people with PTSD, for one. And then we'll just kind of remind you of more of the manure spreading that the NATO Potato has done. So let's get into it.
He doesn't like the badges on it for the PTSD and all that stuff, supporting people with PTSD. And I totally support people with PTSD and all that stuff.
Wow, how compassionate of the NATO Potato. So by that statement, I guess you would never encourage another veteran with PTSD to themselves, would you?
So Nick, it's been a long time. I see you're still saying you were a Patricia when you never were. Being tired and not sleeping well and all that, and going to a lot of appointments today. And that, it's hard. You should just take a couple of sleeping pills, like a handful, and see how you go.
Well, if that isn't just the definition of compassion and understanding.
Depending if he was on my nerves is depending if I'd support him, I think.
Okay, I get it. So the NATO Potato only supports people who he likes who have PTSD. Let's see what he thinks about his daughter who has PTSD.
They said she has PTSD.
Now, I have spoken to her, and she does not have bipolar, all right? She has borderline personality disorder and PTSD. PTSD is a result of being SA'd as a child. And the borderline personality disorder is often seen in those with childhood trauma, like being SA'd.
But I don't believe that part, because like you and me know there's like certain ways to get PTSD, like firemen, cops, friggin' soldiers, whatever, friggin' EMS techs.
Ooh, yeah, I'm drowning in the NATO potato support, compassion, and understanding for people with PTSD.
Other than that, all my other friends that I know that have PTSD and CPSD, we cover each other's backs.
Wow. So for the NATO potato proclaiming to support anybody with PTSD, that list of anybody is pretty exclusive. He has to like you, and you have to have been an EMS or a first responder or military, according to them, to have PTSD. It's an interesting hypothesis. That's a lot of support and understanding and compassion going on right there. A lot of knowledge, too.
So again, what he's passing around is lies again.
Gotta hand it to that NATO potato, quite the manure spreader. Now, in case you're just joining us, or, you've only caught one or two of my posts about this, check out right after this. You're gonna get a little bit of a highlight reel of some of the NATO potatoes' biggest, bestest, and boldest lies. Thanks for supporting. Check us out, because we'll probably be at this again tomorrow. Take care. I looked on Facebook and boom, walked right into his Facebook account. He never had any friggin' security on it or nothing. It was friggin' an open book. So I got pictures of his kids and his wife, and I think I just posted them the one time.
So there's a creator on here, Metal Up Buttercups, and his family is being doxxed by a creep, to the point where he has made almost 50 videos about this guy's family on just this one new account.
Just posted them the one time.
Wrong. Look, people are still messaging me about seeing all this content you have about my wife and children.
Just posted them the one time on there, the pictures and that. And I said, oh, you got cute kids.
Wrong again. The NATO potato says that, he just says they were cute. Well, no, in one of the hundreds of posts that he's made about them, he calls them his stepdaughters, and he doesn't hesitate to tell me who his favorite is. Why, in the midst of an argument or a discussion about someone's service, is this even coming up? Why is he doing this? You gotta ask yourself that. And why is he calling them his stepdaughters? This happens January 3rd, 2020.
Just posted them the one time. But Nick started using kids in his videos against me.
I didn't start anything. He brought kids into this, my kids, June 20th, 2022.
I said, no. They said, this is, he's going friggin' too far crazy in that.
No more fooling around now, Nick. Let's get serious. You. Ho, 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 ho. Let's have some fun.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, another night and another 3 posts, this time from the NATO Potato. He's been busy last night. Let's dig into it yet again. So oddly enough, the NATO Potato last night starts out posting by advertising for my business. That's right. I own a tattoo studio. We're called Tested Metal Tattoo Company. As you can see, we are inspected by the health board. We're located at 258 Church Street North, Alliston, Ontario. And if you want to book an appointment, you can give me a call, 705-984-3248. And here's some of my work off of my 3D portfolio. I do color, black and gray, all kinds of stuff. Check us out.
All you have to do to stop this argument that we're having is, let's see a pic.
So despite advertising for my business, it doesn't take long for the NATO Potato to turn this monkey fecal fight back to extortion.
Because everything you're saying now about being a Patricia is a lie.
Now, I love that he keeps demanding proof from me. I've given him everything that he needs to find the proof. He's just too lazy, hence the NATO Potato. Like, when you accuse somebody of something, it's up to you to prove your case, all right? That's why when police arrest people, they have to prove their case. It's not up to the accused to prove their case. So, he doesn't accept that my name isn't Nick Glad, and it's not. And so he can't access any of my service information. Everything is proven on my MPRR, but he is too lazy to go get it.
And you were not a Patricia.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
You were a militia hussar.
And it's at this juncture I would like to introduce the NATO Potato to a term called mutual exclusivity, which is what he is purporting, that I couldn't be a member of the 1st Hussars and a Patricia at the same time. But that's not true. The terms, the belonging, the existence, the reality of it all is not mutually exclusive. And to evidence the fact that it's not mutually exclusive, I give you the 4th Battalion PPCLI, otherwise known as the Loyal Edmonton Regiment, and they don't wear a PPCLI cap badge, but they're Patricias.
You were a hussar attached to the Patricias.
Anyway, small potatoes, do you mind if we hear a little bit from your book of Trust Me, Bro? I always love to hear some of that.
That I've talked to actual Patricias that were there.
Perfect. And now my day is complete. And I shall return the favor, NATO Potato. I got something for you. So to return the favor, I figured I'd post this so that the NATO Potato can understand the difference between fact and opinion, because they clearly think that their opinions are facts.
Your Delta company of infanteers, as you say, but you were just whatever trades you were playing, infantry. Yeah, that's why there wasn't much expectation from the militia back then. They just weren't trained well. They were poorly trained friggin' soldiers.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Wow, the NATO Potato is so rich in opinions. It's amazing. See, if he would bother to get over himself and realize that my name isn't Nick Glad, he could go back to my MPRR and realize that I was trained by the regular forces. My QL3 and QL4 were run by the RCD. We were trained by RCD. And the training before Bosnia was by the PPCLI. So if we received poor training, it's on account of the regular forces. It's not a reserve force issue. Hey, maybe we should check what the NATO potato, the god of infantry, actually knows. Let's dig into that. Let's check this out quick.
Crepes, I don't know if what they carry there now. It's been such a while.
Anyways, tune in tomorrow because maybe he'll have 6 videos for us to fucking dissect. Check it out. We'll see you later. Thanks for the support.